Gonna go to the church to work on a couple of things.
1, 2, 3.
Before I did that, I wanted to show you that llama picture. Savannah saw it at Hobby Lobby and just really wanted it. We got it. It's also covering up like this, like a panel. It's kind of ugly. So it worked for two things. Make the wife happy, cover something ugly up. You know, the amount of times I have to walk back and forth to get those shots, it's a lot. Bye. All right, I have a couple things I gotta do in there. You see, a lot of this stuff is like the same type of thing over and over again. I get a song, I track it, I get a song, I track it. So I just don't know how much of it I should include in the vlog and not. You see, the difference between doing this and traveling is traveling, you're going to different places, you're going like to different areas of the country to like play music. Here, it's just, you're in the same room doing the same thing, but just with a different song. And the last thing I would want is for this thing to get boring. All right. So while I'm here, I thought I would talk about one of the cymbals that I use basically in everything that I do. I would say 98% of the things that I play on, I have this cymbal in some capacity. It could be used as a crash, a ride, but it's always with me. It's just one of those cymbals that just is a really good workhorse and gets the job done every time. Oh. This behemoth is the cymbal I'm talking about. It is a 24-inch K light ride. I don't know if you can see that. It's made by Zildjian, and this guy is just so good, especially for big washy cymbals that need to sit underneath the mix. A lot of problems that you'll face with cymbals is the volume, and a lot of times it's not necessarily the volume that's the issue, which in some cases it is, but a lot of cases it's not necessarily the volume that you're fighting, it's the frequencies that you're fighting. Because if you think about it, cymbals produce a really high frequency that can be kind of harsh to hear, versus like drums, like a floor tom. Who's ever said that the floor tom is too loud? Granted, a floor tom doesn't make as much noise as a cymbal. Level-wise, it also has a lower frequency, so it's not as harsh to the ear. So, with all that being said, the reason that I love this cymbal is because it does produce high frequencies, because that's what cymbals do. But the high frequencies that it produces sit into the mix really, really well. So it still is big, washy, and open, but it's still present. You can hear it, but it's still present. It's more of just like a texture thing versus like, oh, that guy's playing a really, really harsh cymbal right now. But yeah, this cymbal sounds great. I've actually gone through two of them. I have one that's cracked, and I've had to cut the crack out a couple of times. This is my second one, and honestly, if I broke this one, I would buy another one. Like, it's just that good of a cymbal. It just keeps going. It's never failed me. It's just super dependable. It's big, so there's that. But it's just a great cymbal, and in my opinion, it's the best worship cymbal that you can get. And it's not super expensive. I think it's like $400 or $500 for a brand new one of these, and you can find them used for like $300 on Reverb, and places like that sell refurbished used gear. The whole Zildjian K line, honestly, is one of my favorites that is on the market. I actually have the 16-inch K lights for my hi-hats. I have another K crash ride for a crash cymbal that I use. I have a couple K dark crashes that I use. Sometimes I've used them for hi-hats if my 16-inch weren't what was needed. Yeah, they're just super dependable, super great, super professional sounding cymbals. A lot of cymbal companies I've found they sound really thin. To me, I want my cymbals to have a good frequency representation, and this cymbal particularly has a really, really good like high-mid frequency versus some of its competitors can be a little thin, and when you crash, like, you can hear the cymbals, but they don't really have much character and they don't really have much body to them. And for me, that's something that I look for when I buy cymbals, and honestly drums too. I want character and I want body out of the drums. I don't want them just to be loud and thuddy or tinny, if that makes sense. Is tinny a word? I'm making it a word. Thuddy, tinny. Don't want those. We want full and big. Yeah, that's about it. The cymbal, very good. I'll put some samples of me playing the drums and with this guy in the tracks and recorded and everything else. All right, I gotta finish this, and then I may have to get some stuff off of a computer here for some extra videos and stuff like that for YouTube. But I just wanted to talk to you about this cymbal. It's great, dependable, highly recommend. All right, I checked everything I needed to. I gotta pull some audio off of the broadcast computer before I leave. Hopefully by the time I finish that, Savannah will be done with her shoot. I had like an hour to do all of this, and I'm feeling pretty good. I think I have like 20 minutes till she's supposed to be here. Should be enough time. I have some GoPro footage that I've been sitting on for like 4 months. I really want to, I want to show you guys the footage because it's some really popular songs and they sound good. But the problem is I haven't got the audio off of this computer that it's stored. Because I didn't want to give you like nasty GoPro audio that nobody wants to hear. So that's why I'm here. I forgot that they don't have internet right now, and they're trying to get that fixed today, actually. So I can't do anything I was gonna do. There's nothing worse than when you have a plan and you're gonna be super productive with that plan, and then something completely out of your control just completely destroys that plan. It's devastating, at least for me. But someone very wise somewhere once said, you can't do anything about it, so you just gotta roll with the punches. I don't actually know if anybody said that, but I'm sure somebody did, and I'm sure they were kind of smart, so I had to move in here to charge my laptop, and it's just nicer in here. My wife just called, she's here. So I packed up and I'm going home. There she is. All right, I'm gonna go home and edit this vlog.